Guys, what's up? It's new. Get excited. We're back with a Pilfering Divination card farm. You guys didn't even know this, I bet, but I had saved back, yet again, for a third time, 100 of these Jungle Valley pre-Delirium Orbed maps because I knew I wanted to do it again. I freaking loved this farm back when I did it earlier in the league, but I cut it short. I was going to do a third session of it. I really had to get out of tier 16s at the time. I was like late to the party on tier 17s. And, you know, funny how everything comes back around full circle. Tier 16s, kind of good again. And you know what? I've been revisiting this strat a little bit off stream. And, well, some of these drops are worth a lot. A lot more than they used to be. The mirror shard cards, 7 years bad luck, fairly common. It's worth so much now. I dropped a quadruple immortal off stream again the other day. It's like 20 divines apiece. Crazy. So some of these divination cards, most notably mirror cards, for which there are many, are worth way more than normal. And I still got to get my revenge because I have not dropped a single House of Mirrors this league. And that's totally unacceptable, especially when target farming random cards and opening a lot of stacked decks. I've probably opened... Well, actually, I don't really know. Maybe somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 stacked decks, plus done a huge number of these Pilfering Divination card farms this league. I still haven't seen a House of Mirrors. What gives? Well, I've been saving it until now because it's worth a freaking arm and a leg at this point. So it should be fine. That is my primary goal this time around. I want to see that quadruple House of Mirrors. But I am going to once again run this on Jungle Valley. And so... If you don't really know a whole lot about this strat, go and watch the other couple of videos that I made. This is just going to be, me doing part 3, effectively, way after the fact. And it's going to be super easy. I already had a great character for it with the Warden's Oath of Winter, being able to freeze the boss. Was even able to kill bosses with 1,000 or 2,000 cards pilfered on it. At least tier 16 bosses that can be totally frozen, for sure, on characters that were worth way less than my current character. So it's a total breeze now. In fact, the maps are going to be faster because I don't need to roll the boxes for headhunter buffs at the end. I mean, I might still do it on some crazy maps, but I basically don't even need to do that anymore. I don't think so, especially with Tornado Shot. So not the least bit worried about the boss in really any scenario. I don't have a single map that doesn't have action speed, except, well, I guess one. Oops. One slipped through the cracks. Hopefully it won't be a problem. It's just one map. Anyway, yeah, let's get to the Atlas first. So, a couple little changes to the Atlas, actually. I dropped Beyond. So I used to run Beyond because, well, why wouldn't you run Beyond with this one right here, Swarming Hive. 30% more divination card farming. And I do have, let's see, well, I have a lot of this going on now. Okay, right now, still, Residence map scried over to Jungle Valley for the Fire of Unknown Origin card, which is one of the better cards still, maybe not the absolute best card to be searching for. But, I was like, well, maybe if I can drop a native divination card, it'll dupe, right? And so I would get 2 of them. And if that probably is supposed to happen once in 100 maps with what I'm running. So Beyond would help technically a little with that. But guys, I mean, since then, we figured out Beyond is like totally trash now. And the tainted currency is worth virtually nothing at this point. But you know what is still worth something? Scarabs. So even though I can't get % more Scarabs on the map, basically I've dumped all of the Beyond points into Scarabs, as well as 6 points in here to get the item quant and rarity. I am not particularly scared of Harbinger removing strong boxes. I have a better understanding about the mechanic as far as Monstrous Treasure works. Now, I don't think it actually randomly spawns a roll range between, I believe it's 25 and 37. Strong, or no, 24 to 36, sorry, plus 1. Plus this one. 24 to 36 boxes spawn, and that number is randomly rolled. So I used to think that, you know, some maps are getting cut off or not, but no, it looks like it's totally random roll, and that boxes are always prioritized. You know, maybe there are certain map tile sets where it actually does straight up remove boxes, but definitely not on Jungle Valley or Mausoleum. I believe, at least if you're not, you know, slamming a whole bunch of other mechanics on the map, which we are not. We're blocking basically everything. Definitely going to see some Scarab drops. I'm curious to see where the Scarab value is from. Maybe not different than the second, but certainly different from the first time. Not running backup cash. Okay, I'm not messing with Arcanist at all. I'm still going to Alcorb any normal box, just to help it a little bit. But really just focusing on maximizing the absolute number of Diviners boxes that I possibly can. So Diviners increased chance to spawn, combined with the Discernment Scarab. Excuse me. Diviners boxes combined with the Discernment Scarab are going to be extremely strong here. So that it gives you the highest weighting of Diviners boxes you can possibly get. And of course I will be rolling the boxes with all of this wonderful currency. I believe I have about the right amount of currency that I need, but in the maps these numbers may need to be adjusted a bit. Yeah, it should all be here, and basically looks something like this every single time. I'm just going to put in this amount of stuff, and I'll probably spend about half of what you see here in a given map on average. And then we got, of course, our Scarabs, which are going to be containment for Monster's Treasure. Hidden Compartments, Potency, you're going to need both of those, and Discernment. And then you would run Ambush. Normally you would run Ambush with this if you were just doing containment Scarab farming. But for here, we get to run the Pilfering Scarab. So it's a very nice, convenient, highly valuable Scarab setup. Works really well for this farm. Really awesome farm. Alright, so the maps are all 8 mod corrupted, and I think most of these have quality on them. Now, there are a few different ways you can do the maps. You can, I believe in way back, a long time ago, I had actually deli-orbed these maps when they were cheap. Deli-orbs were cheap at the time. And I chiseled them, which were also pretty cheap at the time. And then slammed them with Val-orbs and see if they hit 8 mod corrupted. Probably the more sensible way to do this now, if you want to do it at this point in the league, especially with how hard buying maps can be, is to run your own 8 mod corrupted map farm and use the Scarab that forces the maps to drop as Delirious. And so that is something I have not actually ever done before, but that's with this Scarab, okay? So I do have a video out, and then you would drop one of the, let's see, one of these, I believe. Yeah, right here. You would drop another multitude for the Delirium Scarab, which was right here. Okay, yeah. So if you're trying to follow a farm that I recently posted about how to farm 8 mod corrupted maps, you drop a multitude for a Delusions, and then that would make all the maps drop 8 mod corrupted with at least 1 layer of Delirium. Alright, so we're going to see some crazy stuff. The highlights are going to be absolutely fantastic, just like before, I think. Anything that is dropping a card, if a card is worth at least a Divine Orb by itself, for which there are many, a lot of cards have gone up in value, guys. I mean, not just mirror cards. There was all, let's see, I also dropped the Cheater recently, and then saw that sucker is worth like 7 Divines a piece right now. Crazy. Some of these cards are worth a lot. Now, some of them are worth less or have been trashed out, and I have adjusted my filter on the Omega Strict filter that I am still running here. I have removed some cards in here, like the Valkyrie and More Is Never Enough. Some cards like that were kind of past the test before, but not really gonna be good. You probably can't even really liquidate them with Faustus anymore. So only premium cards. It's gonna be more fun. I care less about how much currency I actually make at this point in the league. Very late in the league. And if you're wondering how I keep myself motivated at this point, well, I'm doing 1,000 maps. Still gonna finish that. Still got 400 maps to go. But it seems like I trend to 200 maps of that, and then 100 maps of something else for fun. So this is what we're doing. I didn't think I would even be able to get to this, but because of the deadline for PoE 2 being pushed back again, well, not deadline, but the date being pushed back again, I have an opportunity to run this strat one more time. Yay. So let's kick it off. Map number 1. Before we do that, I have to do the investment, because it's a out-of-the-box 100 maps farm. The investment cost is basically everything you see in the back behind you, which we'll look in a second, plus 20 chaos per map, because the maps aren't really worth 3 chaos a piece. They're worth more, so I counted them as worth like 23 chaos a piece, which is more than I usually count them for, but yeah, it's probably fairly realistic for that. So 236 divines per map. You know what's funny is the Ambush Scarab is worth about the same as it used to be. It had gone up, but now it's back down to 1.5 div, which is pretty accurate. And then we'll see the gross net and div per map an hour after that. Here's everything listed as it is. So you can see I've dumped all this stuff in here purposefully to just let the app account for most of it in this case. Again, this number here, combining this, plus 2,000 chaos is effectively, it's pretty close to the right amount. Somebody said I said 236 div per map. No, that's not right. 236 div per 100 maps. That's where we're at. Okay, so I got my rolling materials ready. I got the first map ready. Elemental Reflect. I've already got this set up, I think. Yeah, to shuffle a few points around, get this mastery. And we're going to be doing... Oh, yeah, I'm going to be doing Ambush instead of Domination. I used to use Domination because I kind of needed those shrines to help me kill the boss. No, I mean, kind of, maybe. The shrines aren't so bad because you will get on average at least a few more Eldritch Altars. Probably like half an Eldritch Altar per map extra for 3 additional shrines, maybe. I'm a little on the fence of this one, but I think for now, 3 additional strong boxes is probably better. I definitely like the shrine route if you're going speccing full into shrines, and especially if you need a little help finishing the map. Anyway... Alright, first thing to do is to try not to kill anything until I reach a shrine, and then pop the influence. That forces it to pop on the monster's treasure map. You need to wait until you get a shrine, or special packs of mobs. And then, however many Eldritch Altars you could have spawned, you'll maximize that number, because the Delirium mobs that are still alive around here will be able to spawn when they have mobs next to them. Again, just kind of weird the way the Eldritch spawns work. They need mobs next to them. When you slam everything into boxes through Monster's Treasure, it removes the mobs on the map, so you have to, find creative ways to get mobs to spawn on the map. Anyway, extra packs of dangerous mobs is one of them, through the Adversaries, Atlas, notable, and Delirium is another way to do that. And so that's why you see this map that would otherwise maybe spawn almost no extra Eldritch Altars, it will still spawn some. How am I rolling these maps? I've talked about this before. I've talked about this before on rolling the map. I even made separate videos on this, and I can't type anything. So I've already made separate videos on this, but in this case, just a real quick recap. Basically, the flat number, increased 4 additional items, is a perfect flat roll. And then 105%. This is after the potency roll and the potency scarab. 105% is a perfect roll. The perfect box would be 1 copy of contains additional divination cards that give X, plus 14 additional items, plus 105% items. I will go ahead and accept, this is the worst strong box that I'll accept. If I can double Exalt Slam and hope for a percent roll, and I miss, that's fine. I just kind of made a systematic choice to not re-roll boxes I've already Exalt Slammed. And that has a decent chance of, being good. So again, I'm Alc-orbing everything, and when I come across a Diviner's box, I'll roll it. This is our second one right here. Let's see what we get. Oh, look. See, that's good. Good to Exalt. And whatever comes out here is fine. Unless I hit +1 chest, which doesn't do anything. If I hit that one, I will re-roll the box, but usually don't have to. Third one, good, good. I think the average number is like 2.5 Diviners per map. Actually, it might be 3. Might be 3. Oh, here's a good one. Okay, free slam. This is actually an interesting one. This would be a very rare thing where this happens, percent, and then a high flat, and then I hit +1 chest. This is probably the only case. Well, I'll go ahead and accept +1 chest on there. Oh, we got a 4th one. Way in the back. Nice. An above average map. I'm going to go ahead and pick up some Toxic Sewers for Rogue Exile Farm. Or just slam these with a Valorb. And if they turn 8 Mod Corrupt, I can run them later. Alright, we got one more chest to run. Or to roll, rather. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I'm getting trolled now. Well, I'm definitely not re-rolling that. Got perfect rolls in the 2 important rolls and then failed in the last one. Okay. That's fun. Alright, well. I'll start opening boxes. I got, what, 2 quant altars? Okay. Not terrible. All in all, this seems like a pretty average map. I got 2 quant altars. I got 4 diviners boxes. Slightly above average. 2 quant altars is probably pretty average for a map. Can't expect a whole lot on maps like these. You might be wondering if you should run this on tier 17s or not. I mean, they make the bosses are really, really scary and hard. You kind of need an insane bosser to handle that. And I think the upside is so incredibly low. Oh, wow, Baldo's Puzzle Box. Not duped. The upside on that is so low that it's not worth it. I will say this, however. You guys have seen that Sublime Vision card from the Shaper maps? That, I mean, if you want a card to chase on an actual divination card farming, there's no doubt right now that card is head and shoulders above anything else. It is rare, even more rare than Apothecary. I don't know exactly how rare it is, but surely it is the best EV card right now, technically. So you could do these farms on Forge of the Phoenix, I think is probably the smartest map. But again, it's still going to be a fairly hard boss because the boss cannot be completely stopped. It's frozen. But if you have a relatively tanky character, it would be a lot easier than a tier 17 boss, for sure. Yeah, I think if you had like a really nice tanky character, you might want to run these on Forge of the Phoenix instead. Except that you can't, you know, drop them 8 mod corrupted easily. I honestly, maybe 6 mod rolled might be fine with those. I don't know. What do you guys think? Forge of the Phoenix? Definitely not going to be doing a harvest. You know what? I really don't care about that last bit there. Now, back in the day, when my character was much weaker, only 18 Headhunter buffs would be a little precarious for me to run in here with. But here it shouldn't be much of a problem. Unless I stand in a tornado, then it might be a problem. The boss will come down. It'll be Deli Orb, 689 cards. I got a Deadly Joy. It was the best one I dropped. It was quadrupled. And I don't think that's a big card right now. It's worth... well, it's worth more than it says it's worth. 30 chaos apiece. Okay. There's no reason to really care about that. Alright. Nothing special in the first map. Drop-wise. It may have looked like I didn't drop very many cards. Again, I made the loot filter a fair bit stricter now. So, you know, back in the day, this would, whatever my drops were, would fill up 5 entire quad tabs. That will hopefully not be the case. Oh yeah, I forgot I dropped a Baldo's box. That's an outlier. That's not going to be typical. And then, see, I spent like half of the currencies that I had. And... yeah, I'm just going to replace everything like this. That's it. And that is the strat. On to map 2. 618. Avian Pursuit with home. Avian Pursuit. Avian Pursuit. Well, that is a Divine Orb card. Welcome to the first highlight. I didn't even realize. See, that card definitely was not a Divine Orb apiece before. That card's like 1.2 div right now. That's 5 Divines for 4 cards. Dang, yo. See, that's another card that apparently like gone up in value a whole bunch. The Einar Memory of the Sacred Beast or whatever. Sacred Beast? Am I saying that right? that sense is enough to get people to upvote on it, and there you go. Feeds into it. 71. Whoa! We're coming out hot, out the gate, with a brother's gift. Brother's gift before stash. You saw it here first. That did not happen before. That's right. Brother's gift. Early in the session, quadruple brother's gift. Have I tried the pilfering strat in there? Yeah, I have tried that. It seems like a decent idea. I even talked about it. Wow! What the freaking crap, dude? I got 4 Enlighten and 8 Avian Pursuit duped Avian. So I dropped it twice. And the Gulf. The Gulf. Wow, I had 3 decent drops there. 4 decent ones, counting this second one. Alright, so Enlighten is 60C. Avian Pursuit is, yeah, 1.3. What is... $726 cards. What the fuck? Dude, I mentioned this in the intro that I found the Immortal. This card is worth 20 divines a piece right now. 20 divines. Alright, well, I mean, that's it right there. I've made a ton of currency doing this farm. Already. It's already in the bag. 4 House of Mirrors. This is a 20 div card. It's over. This map is kind of mid, but could drop something. 500 cards. Not terrible. Whoa. Dude, I dropped the Fortunate 3 times. That's 2 divines worth of Fortunates. And a Dragon Heart? I mean, that's alright. Yeah, that's not so bad. Pretty good. I mean, I used to think 500 cards was actually a lot of cards. But yeah, I came a long ways since then. Now I don't even think it's a lot of cards. This is like, eh. I really want a House of Mirrors here. 644 cards. I don't know why it's so many. Here we got a Sephiroth drop. That's value. Ha! Caught you this time. Jesus, dude. Like 5 maps ago, I missed an Exalted Orb Altar and just saw one again. I came really close to clicking that without checking a second time. I need those Exalts. Notice how I'm going to drop hardly any, though. Because you don't get many Eldritch minions on this kind of farm. 6 Cartographer Scarabs of the Multitude in this map. What? Oh, that's cute. Scarab dupes. Duping Containment Scarab off the boss. Wow, I did say this was a Scarab map. I wasn't joking, apparently. I must have snuck in a % more Scarab drop roll on this map. What the? Look at all these Scarabs. Offset cost between T17s and T16s, and then Containment Scarab is relatively cheap, and then mirror cards are insanely valuable, and so are a lot of other cards that you don't think about, like the Cheater, for example, or you know, all kinds of stuff. 1,245 cards! Or like this one, Avian Pursuit, is like 1.3 div a piece. Although that one always was a lot. It's good rewards there. Yeah, so I mean, I just made like 9 divines in div cards there from that map. 280 cards. No, 270. 270 cards. 271. Damn, I'm so good at guessing. I was off by one. One card. For wealth and power, that is a good drop. Not a great drop, but a good drop. 170 cards. $167. I was so close to getting the cheater, dude. I mentioned I might get the cheater off the leveled gems. I get Desecrated Virtue instead. Oh my god, it was like one card tier away from doing that. It's so funny. Desecrated Virtue is still a 2.5 div card. Well, the minion altar can pay off occasionally. Dupe it for that, nice. Sure, over 1,000. Wow, I'm 15 away. Oh shit! There we go. What? I spoke too soon. Ha! I said I dropped 4 apothecaries off stream earlier on a warm-up map. I just dropped them again. But that was on Mausoleum, where I have the apothecary actually scried over, which means I think it probably dropped off of a generic box. Out of a generic box, not a diviner's box, but a generic box. It would be the most likely explanation for 4. But here we go. We got the apothecary out of Jungle Valley. That means it did drop from a diviner's box. Purely random. No scrying involved. There it is. There it is. Pre-recorded. Pre-recorded. Yeah. All according to my script. So this is gonna have about 16 or 1700 cards. This is probably the highest card count of all maps so far. Oh my god, the boss is ghosted. 1800 cards. I was angry because I saw Brother's stash, but then I looked to the left and I was like, okay. That's still good. That's pretty good. Wow. I dropped the Immortal again. Freaking crushing it on this farm. God, why I get loot like this? I feel stupid for not running this strat all league. What the heck? Dude. Oh, God. Yeah, I got a Awakened Scarab too. I'm no longer lucky on Brothers cards, at least. You can't say I'm lucky now, guys. You can't say I'm lucky because now I've dropped the same number of Brothers gifts as Brothers stashes, therefore no longer lucky. The math checks out. I predict 4 fortunate cards will drop. Yep, 4 fortunates. Just too good at this game, I guess. JC, what? Less than last time. 571 cards. Same boss. For Misery and Darkness? I don't know about that. God, that must be an insanely rare card. Wow. Okay. They're only worth like 20C a piece. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. This is part 3. Came out better than any other part, I think. And not, well, in part because of what I said earlier about those cards being worth a lot more. Yeah, There's 8 immortal cards here. That's a lot. And even they are being a little bit underpriced, maybe. Anyway, here's the grand breakdown. Almost 500 divines worth of divination cards in total. And so that's way, way in the green, which we'll look at after liquidating. But just wanted to show you the breakdown here. 4 apothecaries is nice. Definitely a bit lucky there. You know, if you take out the apothecaries here, this is probably fairly average results. Which would still be, yeah, still be well over 400 divines. I would anticipate I would probably average 400 divines or more at least. Well, no, actually average more because, you know, crazy things could happen. Well, what I mean to say is like average minimum, so to speak. Like just not getting very lucky in 100 maps. 16 Sephiroth, 24 Divine Beauties, some boxes and Divine Orbs. Those Arcanist boxes still show up. Avian Pursuit dropped a lot. That's a card for the Einar memory. Abomination maps. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to liquidate those or not. Probably not, because I can't do it with Faustus. But, you know, just about anything above 3 divines, I'm going to try to liquidate if I can. Yeah. Anything under 3 divines? I think I'll pass. But, you know, I mean, it's kind of weird because, like, some of it's easy to liquidate, some of it's not so much with Faustus. And we are at the, well, I almost said end of the league, but that's not true at all. The second new variation of the first league has kicked off. So, yeah, there's not that many people playing right now. Which means liquidating might be really hard. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, worst case scenario, we kind of count it for what it is. Just quick side point, I do have a very well-rolled Jade Flask, 28%, item level 85. And a well-rolled Immutable Force. This is definitely a few divines worth of value here, but I'm actually not going to count it this time. No. Let me get to liquidating, we'll be right back. On that note, we're here. This is the end. It's time for me to give you the breakdown of currency, which is a very simple page. This time, as you can see in the notepad, I don't have any sort of funny business, no normalizing loot. Okay, I did drop a Sacred Orb actually, but I mean, it wasn't from Wisps, so I'm not counting it for anything. 608 divines after liquidating. Okay, you can see it in the background right here. And since the investment cost is 236, that gives me a net 372 divines profit, which is the best showing I've had. 3.7 divines per map. It is a 10-hour farm, roughly 6 minutes per map. So 37 divines per hour is roughly what I made. It'll end up being more actually when I take my time with some of the remaining things I didn't actually liquidate. I tried to liquidate this stuff really quick, but I didn't want to, you know, shaft it on the ratio. There's just, yeah, the market's not so active right now. So I'm just gonna post these, list these things for Faustus to sit on them for a day or two, and I will probably get even more value out of them. We're actually gonna gamble a few things, but yeah, it's all right here. Oh, I'm dumb. Wow, I'm really dumb. Watch this. I forgot about a card that I could have just turned in. Wait a minute. Alright. It's 1 divine per 6. Hold up. There's 25.6 divines worth of divine orbs in these fortunate cards, but it says 21. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's just stupid. That's a whole 4 divines I'm missing, man. I'm missing 4 divines. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Okay. Yeah. Well, assuming I turn the fortunate then. I'll do that later. For now, we got some curious gambles. We got Lacrimal Necrosis with some mythic orbing to do. We have Replica Forward Gaze to turn in. I actually saved a couple of reliquary keys just for funsies. I suppose I'll corrupt Valorb that. Yeah, okay. Let's just start with the Val Orbs, I guess. We got any uniques over here? Let's see. Bam. Oh, still valuable. Bam. Resolute technique. Well, that was easy. This game's so easy. If you guys only knew how easy this game was. Oh my god. Plus 2 level of AoE gems. On a super high roll. Well, I mean, that's going to be something. Okay. Still some value. I don't even know about this. That was from, like, the Seer or something. Heat Shiver. Nope. Nothing there. Stack decks? Yeah, not very many. Really? Let's get these out of the way. I exchange all my div cards for chaos. Not all of them, but some of them. Yeah. Well, I mean, mostly divines. Like, I turned in the immortal cards for divine orbs and the big stuff for sure. And I don't know, I forgot about it. Disenchanting. Honestly, I don't really care that much about that anymore. I think I probably have like 100 million shipment to send. Totally forgot. Hey! I dropped a few of those. Oh, my loot filter looks impossibly tight with this. Okay. Sephiroth. Yay. Alright, let's see what we got here. Just gotta turn these in. The little mythic orb. All of them. Somebody said I'm gonna hit unnatural corrupted blood immunity. We'll see. I do have a lot of Viridian jewels. Oh, what? What's this doing? That ain't worth anything. Oh, I should probably dust that stuff, huh? Let's get these out of the way first. Nothing. Bunch of nothing. Man. Oh. Wasn't done. Hold on. Go round 2. Oh. Missed. Missed it all. Alright. Forward gaze. Replica. Tempestuous steel. No. Replica bones of Uller. Nope. Replica heat shiver. Yeah, okay. Not. I think that's pretty rare. Replica bitter dream. No. Replica twizzle. Nope. Replica prism. Yeah, I know that's not worth anything. Replica siege breaker. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Bloodthorn. Nope. Harvest. Nope. I guess I'll see if any of this dusts for anything. I have my doubts. Replica Quill Rain. Not even as good as the regular. Leer cast? What even is a good outcome on this? Replica Void Eye? Replica Alpha's Howl. Oros Sacrifice. Allopathy. God, there's so many absolute garbage replica items, man. So many. Alright. Something I haven't done in a long time because I always liquidate these. Alberons? Oh. Yeah. Alright. It has been a while. It's okay, I can still... It's worth 1 divine if I hit power charge. It's worth 1 divine, guys. I'm gonna hit power charge right quick. Hold on. Oh. Never mind. No. No good. Well, that is going to be the end of the line for this. Doing a little Rogue Exiles eventually. Make a YouTube video on that eventually. But I guess as it pertains to final thoughts, we're going to be doing 1,000 maps. Continuing that. I already got 600 done, so still got a fair bit of time to kick those out. Those are going to be my primary focus for the remainder of the time before PoE 2 launch. I will definitely be doing that. Of course, the beta launch or whatever. And as far as this farm is concerned, I think I got a little luckier than average. 4 apothecaries. Definitely not going to see that every time we do 100 maps. But I did not get the card I wanted. House of Mirrors. That would have been stupendous. Would have been insanely valuable. I actually really do think there's a strong motivating factor for doing this farm now with the value of the mirror cards primarily, and like I said, a few other things too. A lot of those high value divination cards don't really fall off a lot, and then, you know, the mirrors go way up at the same time. So no regrets there. It was nice and leisurely for me now in Tornado Shot. I had to stress out a little bit, you know, back when I was much less geared. I was so I had like maybe 100 divine character at the time. 100, 200 divines when I was doing this before. And now I've like, you know, 10 mirrors almost. So that makes a little bit of difference. Never died even once against a boss. I still died against the boxes in Delirium though, sometimes. Yeah, but it was fun to return to this. I got my fix in for rolling boxes one last time, okay? I don't really want to roll boxes for Scarabs anymore. But doing it one last time for the pilfering, it was nice. That was fun to do. And to get good results was fun. We got a whole nother version of this league going on right now. I'm still not participating in that. But, you know, if you guys are, hope you're having fun with the whole lantern thing. I guess it's kind of crazy upheaval in that economy. This economy may come back to life a little bit. I don't know. We'll see if people come back. But, you know, I can get everything I need from Faustus anyway. It's, you know, a lot of stuff to get it. It's not like I'm farming for gear anymore. Farming for the lulls. Farming for the data. But that's it for this video. This is round 3 of Divination Pilfering Farm. Still good. In fact, maybe technically better than ever, due to the value of those divination cards just going up. And so many mirror cards. So, hope you enjoyed some of the highlights. They definitely make for some nice eye candy. Those divination card drops. I'll see you guys in the next video.